Hello, besties, and welcome back to the Everywhere and Nowhere podcast. We're your hosts, Hallie and Ryleigh, and today's episode is a fun little catch-up on Ryleigh's adventures that she had in Mexico.
Her adventures.
Yes.
Her little journey, like her little health journey, if you will.
Yes. Ryleigh Goes to Mexico is the title of this episode. Let's see how we're doing first, though. Let's check in.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good.
Good. If you did not listen to last Thursday's episode, then you would not know that we're going down to uploading every Tuesday instead of every Tuesday and Thursday. Just for the time being, we are both starting school. Life's getting a little extra crazy. So every Tuesday just felt right for the direction of the podcast right now. But that does not mean it's a permanent thing, because maybe in the near future we'll be going back to every Tuesday and Thursday. But we just wanted to let you know, so when there is no episode up on Thursday, you're not like, what the heck, where is it?
Yeah.
Now you know.
You won't be confuzzled.
It's an every Tuesday ordeal now. So it's going to feel extra special
Yes.
every time you hear an episode from us every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah.
And also today's episode, there's no pop culture pit stop.
Because it's pre-recorded.
Yes, we're pre-recording today because I'm going on a little weekend trip, so we just wanted to do this so that we were prepared and didn't possibly have to rush filming. So
yeah, because that's not fun.
Yeah, no,
we want to yap for hours and hours on end.
Exactly. So no pop culture pit stop. Wow, we're just throwing out lame things. No pop culture pit stop. This is pre-recorded. Only Tuesday episodes. Sorry guys.
This
sorry
sounds
for
like
us
very
to be
business.
lame.
Yeah,
sorry for us to be
So let's
lame.
get into something more exciting.
Yeah.
I have Maggots for Brains by Olivia Rodrigo on repeat.
I just thought that you were using that phrase to just be I have maggots for brains.
No.
I was like, oh, okay.
No, that song by Olivia Rodrigo, I have it on repeat.
Period.
I put it on a speaker yesterday while I was doing my sourdough. And wow, I felt like I was in a movie.
Yes.
You know, in Sterling Point, the first scene, she's getting ready to that song.
Is it Maggots for Brains?
Yeah, it's Maggots for Brains.
Oh, really?
I'm a zombie.
That's Maggots for Brains?
Wow, I'm so tone deaf. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, no, you're fine. It's funny,
In another life, I was a singer. So.
Yeah, she was. It's funny how, artists can come out with songs and albums, and how, you'll be like, oh, that song's okay, but then it's shown, in a show, or, it becomes famous on TikTok, and then you're like, wait, I actually really like that.
No, literally, that's how I felt when that song first came out.
Yeah,
her whole album, actually.
See?
And now, even, what's the other one? It's, called Stupid Song, I think. And then what's the song that you like that I wasn't too fond of at first?
Honeybee.
Not Honeybee.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's not Drop Dead. It's the one that came out right after that.
The Cure.
The Cure. Yes, that was actually pretty good, too.
That one I think is good. That's funny. I was watching all of the Millie Bobby Brown and Louis Partridge interviews today. And it's so funny. And she literally had a lie detector test on. And there was something, it was would I be one of the first people that you'd call on a thing? And she goes, no, not even, or it was would there be others that you would call before me? And she goes, yes, thousands. And they look at the guy and he goes, true. It's funny. She puts him down. It's so funny. You need to go watch it.
Because wasn't there an interview where he gets asked what type of artist does Millie like, and he won't say Olivia Rodrigo, and she's like, keep going, trying to get him to say it.
He doesn't say it, and there's videos she's rolling her eyes when he talks about music, because he's purposely not trying to talk about Olivia. It's actually really funny.
Do you think their breakup was bad?
I just think he's probably a dummy, and because if she knows the breakup, she probably sees that he's a dummy.
Yeah.
And they were playing a game, and there was a red flag and a green flag, and Millie goes, you know what you are? And she picks up the red flag and waves it in his face.
Oh!
You need to watch them. They're so funny.
She's a girl's girl.
She is. We love you, Millie. Queen.
Oh my gosh. Well, other than him and Olivia, I cannot speak English. Him and Olivia Rodrigo being broken up, is there any negative things about him? Because I haven't heard anything anything good or bad about him.
I
just thought he's him.
I thought he was a model for the longest time, and so I wanted, I don't know about want anymore, but I wanted him to play one of our characters in one of our favorite books,
St. Clair in Anna and the French Kiss.
Yes, exactly. And so I would just see pictures of him, and I was like, oh, he's just a model though, so he'll never play St. Clair. And then I was like, oh, wait, he actually is an actor. I don't know.
He'd actually be the perfect St. Clair.
He'd be really good. But as he's getting older, I fear he might be too old.
You think? How old is he?
I don't
like
know.
24?
He looks very mature. I don't know. But if they cast it to make everybody look like more mature, it could work out. I just feel like it might need to be someone who looks...
think
like Conrad Fisher looked young, you know?
Well, better than the movies. The people they just casted are in their 20s and they're supposed to be like 16.
But they look young. Louis looks very old and mature to me. So I don't know.
He's a good option. You know what feels very fall-esque?
What?
On the French Kiss.
Our mom was actually listening to that. The
audiobook.
Yeah. And I was like trying to listen to it and she's like, oh, this part just happened. And I was like, that happens? I forgot.
I know. I haven't read it in 4 years, I think.
Yes.
I think it was 2022.
The last time you read it is we were in a hotel together.
Yes.
And I was
sitting gasping out loud.
Yes. Riley was finishing the book and I was just sitting next to her. Like, we were laying in bed and I was literally cuddling her as she like finished the book. It was so fun. Because I think I was reading the third book in the series.
Yes, you were. That sounds about right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I haven't read On the French Kiss in forever, but I loved it. So I need to do a reread.
I will say, like, I remember it being a little slow at first when I read it.
That's what you said.
Or there were, like, some parts where I'm like, I don't
agree.
really care about this. But the book I'm reading right now, Dolly All the Time, I'm about halfway done with it. It does not feel like that at all. Like, I genuinely feel like I am watching a rom-com. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just, the writing's so fantastic.
I love that.
You have to read it when I'm done with it. I'll give it to you to read. Okay. It's just, it slays the house down.
See, I have such a hard choice of being like, do I reread books that I love or do I try new books? Because I feel like every time I try a new book, it sucks. I still am reading It Must Be Love. I have not finished it. I need to finish it. So,
but you like it.
I like it. I just don't have time to read.
That's fair.
But I don't really want to finish it in an audiobook. Like, I like the specialness of reading the book and imagining it for myself. Yeah.
You know that book, Edenbrook? I was reading forever ago, like 3 years ago. I never finished it.
Go back and finish it.
I know. I need to. Except, like, it's been so long since I was reading it. I don't really remember what's going on. That's so, like, a while ago, I tried, like, picking it back up. I'm like, I don't know
you might need to restart.
But then that other book, Till Summer Does Part, I know I've talked about it, like, a million times on here. I literally, like, have no drive to finish it. So I'm just going to be a quitter and not finish it. Like, it's just crazy, like, the drastic difference between, like, this book I'm reading, Dolly All the Time, and that book. Like, I want to read Dolly All the Time. Yeah. Like, I need to know what's happening. But then with Till Summer Do Us Part, I'm like, I really do not care.
Some books just don't work out for people, and that's okay.
No, and, like, they don't
have, like, the pizzazz that we need.
No, and I like the narration of Dolly all the time. Like, the main girl, Dolly, I love how she talks. Like, she's just funny. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't annoy me either. At least yet.
Yeah,
so,
that's good.
Because I feel like I'll really like a book, but the main character kind of bugs me a little bit. Like, Liz Buxbaum in Better Than the Movies, like, kind of annoys me.
Yeah, I feel like I remember you saying that.
But... You know, but you, like, love the story. So it's, like, whatever. But no, I love Dolly Brick. That's her name.
I love that.
I know. It's really cute.
Period.
Yeah. I want to go to the East Coast and...
Yeah.
I would
let's go together.
You know how everyone talks about, like, Nantucket? I'm like, I want to go to Nantucket.
Where is Nantucket?
East Coast.
Where in the East Coast?
Somewhere.
Riley? I want to go to Nantucket, but I don't know where it is.
Look it up.
I don't even think it's in America.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
Give it to me.
That's Massachusetts. That's Nantucket. It's like an island.
Yeah, it's like a little island off of Massachusetts, I think.
No.
Yes.
No.
Give me your phone. Literally, give me your phone. Yes, Nantucket is an island town located in the state of Massachusetts. About 30 miles south of the Cape Cod Peninsula.
So Nantucket is in Massachusetts for any of those who were
Not New York. Not New York.
Yeah.
But I've just heard, like, lots of people go and say it's juicy. I'm like, I want to go. Where is it?
No clue.
No clue.
Now we know. We want to go to Massachusetts.
No, exactly. So, anyways, should we get talking about chronic illness?
Sure. And let's just say Riley's going to take the reins on this episode because Riley's going to talk a lot about her treatment in Mexico. And I was not there getting treated in Mexico. So I'm going to sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode just like you guys are.
But I'm trying to get Holly to go because Girly also has health issues. our whole family has health issues. Our genetics are like quite horrific, to be honest. But you know,
Yeah.
it's fine.
It's okay. We all like slightly have different things. Slightly the same, slightly different.
Slightly different.
Yeah.
Me, my mom, and my older sister, our older sister, she's my older sister, all have Lyme disease. So, you know, that's
I just
so
haven't
fun.
been tested for it yet, so TBD.
You probably have it. Honestly, it's actually a
probably.
lot more common. I feel like I
It's
know
so
so many people that
common.
have it.
Yeah,
it's kind of
sad.
sad and
Yeah,
scary.
it is
Which
sad.
apparently there's this conspiracy theory that Lyme disease was made in a lab.
Really?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. I guess is it like a documentary or it's a book? I can't remember. It's called like Bitten, and it's all about like that conspiracy.
Ew, I don't like that.
I know, isn't that gross?
I hope it wasn't made in a lab.
But anyways, okay, let's
go
Riley all the way back
chat
to when I was
relax.
in the 2nd grade. Okay. One day, your girl Riley's just staring at me. Okay. I need to be serious.
I'm just staring. I'm lowering my mic and letting Riley take away the show.
Okay. Well, in the 2nd grade, I got mono very bad. I remember there was one day I got extremely sick and my grandma took me to the doctor. And I literally was so sick, like all I could do was put a robe on. Like I did not have clothes on. I had a full-on robe on. I remember it was my older sister's robe. It was too big. Do you remember like the light blue one with like the hearts on it?
Oh my gosh,
that's the one I had on.
Yeah, that was slay.
Anyways, and I remember this rando lady comes up to me and she's like, oh, like she has mono. And Graham and I were like, what? Like, I remember all of this. I was 8 years old.
Yeah, I'm actually quite shocked. I don't know if I've ever like heard this story.
She looked
so
and she's
for
like,
real.
you kind of look like you have mono.
That's crazy.
And I was like, really? Anyways, I ended up having mono and tonsillitis at the same time, and I was thrown into the hospital. Okay, they threw me in there.
Thrown in? That sounds so awful.
I can't remember.
She was placed in the hospital.
They threw me in there. Anyways, because I wasn't eating, I wasn't drinking, and I had to go to the hospital. Like my eyes were swollen shut. My mom has a picture of me on her Facebook, and I literally don't even look like myself. And I remember trying to actually smile in that picture she was taking, and it doesn't even look like there's any emotion on my face. Like, so I was sad. So sick. So I went to the hospital. They hooked me up to an IV. I was there for like a few days. Anyways, and then after that, I feel like I've always just been like extra tired, if that makes sense, which is kind of sad. Like, I don't know what it's like to not be tired. But I would say probably more when I was about 15, 16 is when I really started to struggle with the chronic fatigue, because after I was originally sick with my mono and tonsillitis, like I was tired, but like I feel like I still had a lot of energy. But when I was about 15, I'd say, and my body started to go under like a lot of stress, like just with family things and all that, I was just so tired. Like I could not get out of bed in the morning. Like I was flunking out of my classes. Like I was just so tired. And also, like, trigger warning, eating disorder. Around this time, I had an eating disorder, and I honestly wonder if that kind of like made things worse with my Epstein-Barr virus.
I bet, because you weren't like giving yourself the nutrients that your body needed.
Right.
So it's like not
right.
It's just not healthy in general, but
yeah.
then you were also not being healthy by not feeding yourself on top of it. You know?
I have a video of when I was going through my eating disorder, and I like would tell my family like, no, I don't have one. I'd get like so mad at them.
Pissed.
But
I remember being
video,
like, did you eat? And she's like, yeah, I ate 2 chicken nuggets. I was like,
but that's the thing.
Hello?
Like, I was full off of 2 chicken nuggets. Anyways, I have this Snapchat video of you. I'm like, I don't know why I was filming, but I was getting cereal out of the pantry, and you're like, no, wrong cereal. Get the chocolate one. Like, I was just gonna eat, like, Fruity Pebbles or something, and you're like, you need the chocolate. Get the chocolate cereal.
I did not remember that. Am I trying to just make you gain weight?
Yeah. I mean, like, you guys just cared, and in the moment, like, I didn't understand what it was, but, I mean, it would make sense that, like, everything would kind of flare up, because I feel like around that time, like, a lot of things just kind of started to flare up. Also, like, our dad was leaving the family. Another trigger warning, sexual assault. I was sexually assaulted as well. So like my body was just going through a lot of trauma, and that actually makes sense as to why all of my symptoms got so bad around that point. However, I feel like I was still able to push through, even though I was really tired. I'd go to doctors a ton though, and they
Did
would
you really?
always, yes, like I went to this doctor my mom wanted me to go to, and she was
Was
like,
it the one that mom goes to?
it's the one, yeah, she currently goes to right now.
Oh, okay.
And she's like going like through all my labs. She had me do like all these different treatments, but she wasn't really like treating like the Epstein-Barr virus. Like growing up, I'd always go to doctors and they'd be like, oh yeah, like we did your like blood work and you're having like an Epstein-Barr flare up. And I'm like, oh, okay. But like every time I'd go, they'd always be like, yeah, like you're having a flare up. And I'm like, oh, okay, like that makes sense. Maybe why I'm just like a little bit more tired and all the things. But like no one like ever made me really understand my Epstein-Barr virus. It wasn't until I graduated, I think, or maybe it was right before I graduated.
I think it was after you graduated, like literally the summer after you graduated.
Yes, I went to this certain doctor, another one my mom was going to, and she was more like holistic, and she helped me understand. She's like, okay, with Epstein-Barr virus, like your body's like always in a flare-up except for maybe like 1 or 2 times a month. And I was like, oh, that makes sense why I feel awful all the time, but I didn't think much of it, right? So I'm just like, okay, I just need to drink more water. I need to take better care of myself, eat the right foods, all the things, whatever. The year after I graduated high school, I was so tired. I had the worst back pain, hip pain, bad brain fog, like really bad anxiety. Like I've had bad anxiety since I was probably like 14 years old. I had my first panic attack when I was like 14 years old. But it just progressively got worse. So I'd say probably like my senior year going into the year after I graduated high school, my anxiety was horrific. Would you say? I mean, from my sister's point of view, when did you think like my mental health and anxiety got like pretty dang bad?
I'd say like high school.
Yeah.
Like 10th or 12th.
Yeah. Yeah, like 15 years old.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it just like progressively got worse and worse.
Yeah, because 9th grade I feel like was the stem of everything. All the rumors.
Oh, of course.
And then I feel like it kind of was more of a thing that was like prominent. Like I was aware of it. Mm-hmm. More so after that age,
yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes, like I would get panic attacks, like all the different things, and I'd go to therapy, and I feel like therapy like helped maintain everything for a little bit, but then my senior years when it got really bad, and that's when I like literally would not go to school. My mom literally had to drag me out of bed. She's like, you have to graduate school. Like I don't care if you get D's, like you need to graduate school. Like it was that bad.
I remember we were just driving like on the freeway and we had to get off because you're having a panic attack.
Oh yeah, that was your
senior year.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. That happened like a few times actually. How embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, I have like really bad panic in the car. Like it's hard for me to even drive on the freeway still to this day.
But she's doing a lot better.
She's doing a lot better. Thank you to ketamine therapy. We'll get to that in a second.
Love.
Yeah. But anyways, so senior year, so extremely tired. The year after, that's when I was more so like getting into rhythm cycling. I was taking a little bit more better care of my body. And it was kind of fun because me and Hallie found rhythm cycling at the same time. So I feel like we were both able to like hold each other accountable for like our health, you know?
That's something that I really like about like working out, or like when you're on the same program for someone, it's like you both can share it, which it's kind of hard because everybody's body is different and everything. But with rhythm cycling, it was a workout and it also was fun, and we would always go together. So like if someone wasn't up, we'd go in and wake that other person up and be like, get up, we're going to spin.
I don't care if you don't want to. And there were some times where I'd be pissed she was waking me up. There were times where she was pissed I was waking her up, but it worked. And then we'd also be going to the gym together.
Wait, I just remember this time where we went to a 6:15 a.m. class, and I think this was one of the days where I was trying to wake up Riley more so. Like I was awake and I was like, okay, Riley, we have to go. And so we went to the class, and so it got done at like 7. And we went and got smoothies, and Riley and I were like, we are not going to bed. We are not going to sleep. Like, we're not taking a nap. We're staying up all day, and we're going to get so much done. And so Riley left, and I was laying on the couch, and I was like, I'm just so tired. I can't do this. So I closed my eyes, and I was almost asleep, like almost there. And I just hear footsteps coming down the stairs. And I hear Riley go, Hallie. And I was like, I'm too tired to say anything, so I just acted like I didn't hear her, and I fell asleep.
You were a queen of doing that.
And then I woke up, and she was asleep next to me, so...
Yeah, well, I was like, why even stay up? Like, it's 7 a.m. Like, everyone's asleep. Like, I'm going to bed. Yeah.
Like, I don't know why we wanted to stay up.
Hallie and I would also go to the gym, like, a lot during this time period. It was, like, 2021, so I was 19. You're what, like a junior? In high school, I think
17,
yeah,
or 16.
Yeah, 16 or 17.
Yeah.
But like we would be at the gym for 3 hours because there's this
Barely
like big turf
out.
area at the gym we would go to, and we would just lay there like trying to do abs for like an hour because like TikTok songs would come on and we'd like start acting like we were like doing it musically or
and
like
we'd
whatever.
Be giggling so hard.
Yeah, it was so hard.
I remember there was this one guy who would lift at the gym that we went to, and he would like do one set of lifting. He'd stop. He'd eat one wheat thin, go on his phone for a little bit, and then he'd repeat the process. Yes. And we're like, so this is just like our wheat thins, like us chatting in between.
Wheat thins, that's us chatting and like singing musically songs. Yes, you know what I mean?
Exactly. That was so fun.
But honestly, I do think being so active kind of helped my symptoms. Like they were bad, but obviously they are not as bad as they are now, if that makes sense.
It's so hard to get back into being active though after your symptoms have worsened.
Oh,
you know?
Absolutely, which is what I'm finding, and I'll get into that in a second. But I would get so sick like once or twice a year, or I'd get sick more often. It's kind of random. So like I'd maybe get sick more often, like with maybe just a random cold here and there, but like I'd have like 2 times a year where it was like really bad. I remember I got strep throat once and I was in the hospital because it was so bad. Like my Epstein-Barr virus just makes everything so much worse. And I'll also get really sick where it's not strep, it's like not anything they can give an antibiotic for, and they have to give me a steroid, and that's the only thing that helped. Yeah, so I was 19 years old. This is back in 2021. This is when like my back, like the pain got worse, like my body aches were starting to get a little bit worse, and like my flare-ups I'd have, you know, like the big flare-ups felt a little bit more intense, and when I got sick it was a lot worse. I remember I was so tired, I'm totally gonna at myself out. I was kissing this kid I liked at the time, and I literally fell asleep while kissing him. Like,
who? Wait, give me a situation that happened with them.
He told me I was going to hell for wearing a sports bra.
Oh, love, you fell asleep while making out with him.
He deserved it.
He probably was like, you're going to hell because you fell asleep while making out with me.
But like, how embarrassing. Like, you're kissing someone you like, and then you fall asleep?
I've almost did that one time.
You're like, you know what, like, that's not too odd.
You just get tired and you're like, I'm actually like not into this right now. Good night.
Oh my gosh, Hallie! That's the thing. I remember like waking up and we're like cuddling. I'm like, did I fall asleep? And he's like, yeah, like no worries though. I'm like, that's embarrassing. So like that just shows like how tired I was.
Okay, like, but also I think it shows like how not into the relationship you were.
No, I just use that as an example because like I just could not keep my eyes open all day, every day. Anyways, I still kept being active, all the things, and I just thought, okay, you know what? Like, I'm just not going to feel good here and there. I'm just going to have to drink extra water. I'm just going to have to be a little bit more gentle with myself. At this time, I was doing pageants and also doing a lot of work with my nonprofit, and I was a busy girl. Very busy.
Busy.
So I feel like, honestly, it kind of distracted me from, like, the pain I was experiencing, both mentally and physically, to be honest. And it wasn't until, I'd say, right around when Brock and I were getting engaged, I started to really not feel good. So I went from 2021 to 2024 just so busy, like, back-to-back things, not really feeling well. Actually, I'd say probably early 2024, Hallie and I, we went to Arizona. We were doing back-to-back spin classes, and my body like flared up. Like my throat was like swollen shut. Like my eyes were so swollen. Do you remember this? Like my mom literally ordered like someone to come give me an IV in the bedroom.
Oh yes, and you didn't end up going to one of the classes.
Yeah,
that I
was
to.
So sick. And oh my gosh, we were with like friends at the time. We're not friends with them anymore, and you'll see why. And we were so hungry. So my mom's like, I'll DoorDash you guys something.
Okay, sorry. We were so hungry, and it was a travel day. When you're traveling, you usually eat like McDonald's and Wendy's and
yeah,
fast
whatever.
crap,
like,
you know?
Yeah, we don't like eat like this all the time, whatever. But my mom's like, I'll DoorDash you guys something. So she DoorDashed us like Wendy's, like, whatever. And so we're like eating Wendy's, and then this friend, what did they say?
They
They
said,
were like,
I really hope you guys don't eat like that at home.
yeah, like,
And we're like,
excuse me.
We're like, are you freaking kidding me? We've been traveling all day. We have not ate all day. Let us eat our Wendy's.
I'm like, my throat's literally swollen shut. I can barely move. My joints hurt. Like,
let me eat my Frosty.
Yeah, like,
let us eat
leave me the
this.
frick alone.
Yes.
So, how old was I in 2024? 22? No, 21. I was turning 22. Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I was 21 at this time. And I'd say
That's
that was
crazy.
Yeah.
That's where I am now.
I know. I was your age. That's crazy.
Weird.
Anyways, sorry. So I remember that's when I was like, okay, like something's not right. Like all I was doing was exercising and my body was reacting very poorly to it. And that's actually how my body reacts now. Like I was walking on the treadmill yesterday and my throat started to swell shut. Like it's the most bizarre thing. Anyways, kept pushing through, kept trying to go to doctors. They were misdiagnosing me, just telling me like, oh, drink water, rest extra, because, that's just what doctors are going to tell you. Or they'll be like, oh, it's just something going around.
It's just a bug.
Take some IB.
It'll
help with your swelling.
Yeah, I had a doctor tell me I had like bad pain on my whole left side, like into my chest. And he's like, you probably just strained something. Just take some ibuprofen and go to physical therapy. I was like, are you effing kidding me right now?
$2,000 later. Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks for that. Thanks for telling me to take ibuprofen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The healthcare in the US is horrific.
It's trash.
And we'll get to that in a second. Sorry. I'm like getting so excited, but whatever. So anyways, I quit pageants. I quit teaching spin. So my life slows down a little bit, right? I'm not as active because I went from teaching multiple times a week to nothing at all. And my joints started to hurt a little bit more. I woke up in the morning a little extra swollen. I wasn't sleeping as good at night. And when I started planning Brock and I's wedding, and I was also in full-time school and doing an internship and working, like my immune system, like I just felt like it was not working. Like I felt like every day I felt like I had the flu. But, I was just trying to push through it. I'm like, you know what? This is normal. I have felt like this for so many years. Like maybe this is just the way I'm supposed to feel. And then it was when Brock and I got married. It was actually our wedding night. I was literally laying down and I was like, oh my gosh, like I actually feel like I cannot move. Obviously, like, like a wedding day is crazy. It's busy, like all the things, but I was in so much pain. I remember laying down and feeling my body like vibrate. Like it was horrible. Like I literally was like, Brock, I'm like so hungry. Can you like go heat up leftovers from our luncheon? Like it was just so bad. And then on our honeymoon too, we pretty much just slept the whole time because I think after a lot of wedding planning and we were both in school, work, all the things, like you're just exhausted, right? And I just remember like not being able to get up. Like I was so tired. I'm like, why am I so tired? Like I literally can wake up at 2 p.m. and go to bed at 6 p.m. and like not even have to like fight it. Like I was just that tired. And that's when my swelling in my hands got really bad. So I get really bad pain in my joints. Like when I wake up in the morning, my knuckles are like bright white. Like they look like they're stretched, if that makes sense. And same with my feet. Hallie's like, ew, please don't be descriptive.
No, it's just like when someone's like talking about like something that happened to their body, you like start to feel it. Like if someone's like, oh, I broke my ankle and like there was blood, and then you like start to feel like there's blood coming out of your ankle. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like you see someone throw up and you're like, I'm going to throw up.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and then I'd also get really bad head pressure. I've always had fairly bad head pressure. It almost feels like there's a really tight elastic going around my head. I've had that for probably 5 years or 6 years. I lie. I've had it since I was 16. See, my brain fog's so bad. Like, it's also hard to, like, pinpoint exactly when my symptoms started and, like, which one started when and all the things. But anyways, my head pressure got 10 times worse. My eye floaters got worse as well. If you don't know what that is, like, I get, like, these weird, like, black dots on my eyes. And they just, like, kind of move wherever my eyes move. It's really bizarre. Anyways, I remember telling Brock, I was like, I do not feel good. Like, I have not felt well for a very long time, but now it's getting like to a point where I cannot function. I remember washing my hair, and by the end of my shower, I'd have a big hairball of just all my hair because my hair was falling out. I had really bad body pain. Like, you know when you have flu and you have the bad body aches? It was like that, but like on steroids. Like, it was so bad. Like, my back was always hurting. I could not stand for longer than a few minutes because I just got so tired just from standing, which was very unique because I went from teaching like back-to-back 45-minute spin classes, and then now I like couldn't even stand for a few minutes, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I'd get like really bad chest pain, heart flutters. I couldn't sleep at night, the headaches. I'd get, oh my gosh, like I have like a long list of different symptoms, and it's hard because I bet we'll finish filming this and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I forgot to like say all these different things, whatever. But it took me a few doctors to find one specific doctor that actually diagnosed me. So I told him everything I was feeling, how I literally just felt like I was falling apart, truly. Like, it was so hard to go from being like so busy, doing like lots of different things in my life, to literally being married and not being able to leave the bed. Like, it, like no one talks about that. Like, if you're chronically ill and newly married, like let's say that is for some people, like it is like so dehumanizing in a sense, because it's like, oh, I feel like I'm supposed to be like the fun wife, and I'm supposed to be like, making food for Brock when he gets home from work, and I'm supposed to be like making the house all cute and doing the laundry, all these different things, or like, going to work and making money, and I literally cannot leave the bed. And that's like still how I kind of feel in my marriage. Like, not like I'm so grateful to have such an amazing husband who literally makes me feel like I'm $1,000,000, but like I can't help but feel like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be doing more, if that makes sense, Anyway, so this doctor I went to in, I think, August of 2025. So at this point, I've been struggling for years and years, since I was like 8 years old, and I was 23 at the time. And so we did lab work, and he told me that my Epstein-Barr virus is the most chronic Epstein-Barr virus he has ever seen in his life. So pretty much when people get mono, that gene will go dormant in their body, I believe. And I apologize if I'm not explaining this the most perfect way, but just bear with your girl. It'll go dormant in their body, and maybe they'll have a flare-up here and there, or maybe they won't have a flare-up at all. What mine did is it just kept replicating and spreading throughout my body, and it just never went dormant. That's pretty much what it is. But he was saying, like, no wonder why your immune system's so terrible, because your immune system has been trying to fight this since you were 8 years old. Like, that's so many years. It's just wearing it down.
Too.
I know, and I didn't know.
Like little 8-year-old Riley having the time of her life, and then
I know
it just slowly is getting.
I'm literally like filming myself dancing to like the Chipettes, and like my body's like trying to like fight against me.
That's sad.
I know.
Oh, I hate this.
It's okay. No, it's fine. Anyways, so that actually made sense. I'm like, oh, like it's always active. Like, that one doctor told me, like, oh, it's like active majority of the time, but not for like a few days of the month. I'm like, no, like it's always active. There's times where I feel like there is a flare up. Like, the flare ups are real, but it's always active. So I always feel terrible. There's some days where I feel extra worse, but that's because maybe that's a flare up, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. We did another blood test, and my Lyme came back positive. And it was funny because I went to just like my primary care provider right before, and he's like, yeah, like let's just do like a generic lab test for Lyme disease, lupus, all the things. He told me I tested negative for Lyme disease. Okay. I send these labs to the same doctor that's diagnosing me, and he goes, you're literally testing positive for Lyme in these labs. It technically says negative, but you tested positive for a strand of Lyme.
You're joking.
No, I'm so serious. So with Lyme, there's multiple different strands.
Okay.
The main bacteria is called Borrelia. Burdofri. I can't say the last part, but it's Borrelia. Okay. So I tested positive for that, but I didn't test positive for like maybe like a certain strand they were looking for.
But
I tested positive for 3. Yeah, isn't that insane?
It actually reminds me of our mom got some labs done, and I even think I got some labs done when I was in Florida, and like, Mom had someone else look at it, and they're
Mhm.
like, yeah, technically it's not bad, but also she's not good either.
Yeah.
So, like, start taking these supplements because they're not good.
But, like, a normal doctor, like, in the OR or just, like, a primary care provider, it's just, like,
It's just,
they're
they
fine.
don't care. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
like, that's not exactly what we consider Lyme, so let's just
Exactly.
put it to the side.
Right. And if you're, like, in a range, like, you're fine. They're like, oh, like, the low's 40 and the high 60, you're, like, 39, maybe a 40. Like, you're fine. Just, like, make sure you're taking some vitamin D. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they don't take things seriously. Anyways,
No, I agree.
they also did a urine test, and that came back positive for mold. I had, like, 3 different strands of mold, which the house we grew up in had black mold. I don't know if it was black, but it was just mold.
Mm-hmm.
Then I worked at a fitness studio that's somehow still open. I don't know how. Back in like 2020 to 2021, and they, no joke, you guys, had black furry mold growing in the brick walls.
I actually found it because, so Riley was front desk at this place. It's before she taught spin. And I was helping her clean. I think that we were also setting up for a party, so we had like balloons on the floor, and one of the balloons went underneath the couch.
Yes.
And so I went and I looked underneath the couch, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, you guys, there is like, it looks like there's mold all over the wall. And everyone was like, what? No. So we moved the couch, and it was filled.
Everywhere, like
the
furry
whole wall.
mold. And then there was this back room, like the employee area. And I remember I was like cleaning something. I like bent down and I saw like this big thing of mold. I'm like, what? And I move this like bookcase thing, and it black mold, like so bad. And I have pictures of it till this day. And I remember showing the owner. She's like, okay, like front desk ladies, we're gonna have you guys be cleaning this.
Yeah,
and they ended up like painting the walls to hide it. And I'm like, people are coming here for their health, and it's actually ruining their health.
Yeah, because they're getting mold into their system.
Yeah.
They're breathing heavily.
Exactly.
Like, they wouldn't even get humidifiers at
No,
first.
it even like was in the room where people would work out.
Yeah.
Like, it was disgusting. And
because
the fact,
there
like,
was not one single window that opened in that studio.
No. And here's the thing. People do not take mold seriously. It is
No.
so harmful to people's health, and there's so many different symptoms that come with it. Like, it was disgusting. So
And
I think
if you clean it too with bleach, the spores of the mold like get into the air or something.
yes.
Like, it's not just easy, like, said and done. Like, you squirted it with bleach, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like,
but
no,
the owner
it's
was
not.
just like, here's masks and here's gloves. Good luck.
No,
I'm
they
like,
should have
what?
hired somebody to fix it.
And
That's
all
messed
of
up.
the employees too were like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah.
But then the owner would be like, no, it's fine. They're like, okay, it's fine.
No,
like,
it wasn't fine, and people
or
don't
like I'd
understand.
post a picture on Instagram, and it like the mold was somehow in the background, and she's like, you have to delete that. I'm like,
oh, I don't.
this feels like low-key like illegal. Like, what are we doing
like,
here?
You're not telling people who are coming there to help.
I hope they did
themselves.
some type of treatment or something, but I don't know if they did,
I
because
don't
it's
know
never
if they did,
closed.
yeah.
And to get rid of that stuff, you're gonna have to like
close it down for at least a week.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Anyways, so no surprise that I had mold. I think 3 different strands of black mold, but the ones I have, and hopefully they're detoxing out by now, like one like affects like my reproductive system, one affects like my brain health, like things like that. And that really scared me, because I was like, oh, like if I were to like get pregnant right now, like would like my chances of having like a miscarriage be higher? You know what I mean? Because it's like, if it's affecting like my reproductive health, that's kind of scary, you know? So anyways, the doctor's like, okay, we can do a bunch of different routes with this. But the treatment we landed on was called SOT. And pretty much what it was supposed to do was stop the replication of my Lyme and my chronic Epstein-Barr virus, if that makes sense. So pretty much it was just like 2 rounds. I got an infusion 1 month. I went in the next month. I got another infusion. That was November and December of 2025. And they were like, yeah, like it'll take a few weeks or like a month or so to like start feeling better. But I literally always felt the same. I like kind of felt worse, which sometimes you're going to feel worse before you feel better. But I literally like felt no difference, honestly. So a few months later, I go to this doctor and I'm like, hey, like I feel like it did nothing. And he's like, oh yeah, you know what? Like that makes sense. Like that wouldn't work for you. Like
so stupid.
Like
then
with your
don't
symptoms,
recommend.
that wouldn't work.
That's like them being like, Oh, yeah, not surprised that the ibuprofen didn't help you. I
No.
don't know what would help you or what's wrong with you, but, like, yeah, it makes
Makes
sense.
sense.
The
I'm like,
ibuprofen
oh, so
didn't
like
help.
$6,500 later for a treatment that
Yeah,
won't work.
I
Like, I
think
don't have this type of money.
that's
I'm draining my
actually,
savings for this. I was so angry.
it's actually quite disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, won't
And
lie.
what made me even more upset, it's like I felt really seen by this doctor. This was the only doctor I've ever felt like really understood what I was going through, and I did not feel crazy either. But that time I
He
went in,
switched up.
yeah, that time I went in, he told me that wouldn't work or whatever, which he lied to me. He also like didn't even remember me, which I understand if you have
Yes.
tons of clients and
I
whatnot.
remember that.
But like,
Read the notes
Read the notes.
beforehand and be like, oh, that's the girl who we were gonna do this. Let's go see if it worked for
yes,
her.
barely recognized me. He's like,
Yeah, that's
how
annoying.
how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm like, we've met like 4 times.
That's
like,
my biggest pet
what
peeve.
are you talking about?
Yeah.
And it was like $650 to meet with him each time, just to meet with him for an hour.
Gross.
And sometimes it was 45 minutes. So
Yeah.
at that point, I was feeling really frustrated. He even told me, he's like, all right, like, let's do these IVs called like PK IVs to help you feel better. I'm going to check out. And the lady's like, okay, do you want to pay for them? I'm like, I don't even know what these IVs are. Like, how much are they? She's like, oh, like $1,800. And I'm like, for how many?
No.
No, like I was literally like, what the heck? So I told Barack, I was like, I'm going to think about it, whatever. I was so mad. And at this point, like, I just was not feeling better. He put me on a supplement called iodine that I feel like helped with my hair falling out a lot because that was such a big symptom. But that's like really like the only thing. So anyways, I hit a point, probably back in like April or May where I was just like, I'm not feeling good. Like waking up in the morning feeling like you cannot move, having to have your husband help you get out of bed, barely being able to stand, not being able to move your joints, terrible back pain, hair falling out, chronic head pressure, chronic anxiety, and oh my gosh, I was gonna say something else. Why can't I think? Brain fog, yeah, that's another one. Terrible brain fog.
Yeah.
My body aches are so bad.
Yeah, like flu.
Like it literally feels like I have the flu on steroids. Sorry, I'm like repeating my symptoms again. But I was just like so sick and tired of it. Oh, I was gonna say, I also have not been able to lose weight. I just keep gaining and gaining weight no matter how hard I try to lose it, no matter how healthy I eat. It's just like my body is freaking out. So I heard all these good things about this place down in Mexico. And it's to get stem cell treatment. So I'm like, okay, what's stem cell treatment? And at first I kind of like turned my nose up at it. I'm like, I don't know about traveling to a different state to get treatments for my health. Like, I just wasn't too comfortable with that. But I ended up seeing like at least 5 people I know go down to that specific clinic to get these treatments. So I reached out to them in like March or April of this year. And I was like, hey, like I'm interested, and we kind of were like messaging back and forth, but then I got kind of scared because I was like, well, this is a lot of money, and at this time, like, I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna afford this. I only have like so much left in savings. Do I want to drain what I have left on this treatment? And then it was, I think, end of June. I was like, you know what, I need to respond, and I need to like see what they have open because I've heard it can take months to get in. Well, they get back to me and they're like, hey, like we can get you in like second week of August. And I was like, whoa, because I've heard they're like booked out like 6 to 8 months in advance. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. So it was kind of a blessing. And I was like, okay, like if I'm able to get in this fast, then I really do think that this is what I need to be doing, if that makes sense. So anyways, Rock and I, we go down. And the first day, like that clinic, you feel like you're in a spa. And if you are interested in details and, you know, you want to go as well, message me on Instagram. I'll give you all the details. Holly stands up to
Sorry, I had to readjust.
Readjust all you need,
when
queen.
You sit a while, your pants just
Oh,
right
100%.
Up, you know?
Absolutely. So, anyways, the clinic was fantastic. I met the most amazing people there. Like, not only the nurses and doctors that work there, but the individuals who were also getting treatments. Like, the stories you hear from them is insane. Like, I met a lady who had cancer, one who had arthritis, people have MS that go, Lyme disease, like all these different things, and you're all kind of just like bonding over your health issues. Which is like kind of sad, but like you also really meet like the most amazing people from across the country that come down here because they did not get good care in the States. I met one guy who had like a brain bleed or something go on. I can't remember, like some type of stroke. And the doctors were trying to charge him like thousands and thousands of dollars and all these different things, and nothing works in the States. But when he goes down to Mexico, that's the only thing that helps. He gets stem cells for his brain, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane because it's like, why? Even think about it in the sense like, when you're at the hospital, they charge you like so much money for ibuprofen when it's like you can get it at the stores for like $5.
Yeah.
Like that too. It's like, why are you charging so much for something? Like, don't you just want to charge us the amount that it is? Like,
literally.
And help all these people who need help?
They jack it up so much.
It's nasty.
Like, you can go to like the ER, they give you like 2 things of ibuprofen. They're like $1,000 for that.
Yeah.
I'm like, excuse me.
Absolutely not.
Do you know what it's like?
You.
You know Hair by Chrissy? You know all like the controversy?
Oh, yes. Like charge for Chrissy to touch her hair.
Yeah.
Charge for the presence of a doctor.
No, literally.
$5 million.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's so disgusting.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I see this doctor on the first day. I was very nervous, but he was so kind, so educated, so articulate in what he was trying to help me understand, because I feel like a lot of the time with doctors I met with in the States, like they would just explain stuff I wouldn't really understand. I'd kind of get lost, but he would explain something to me and be like, does that make sense? And if I were like, no, he tried to explain it in a different way. He also would ask me so many questions about my health history, mental health history, like events in my life that he feels like could maybe be affecting my health and things like that. And like truly just like wanted to know like, why am I feeling this way? How am I feeling this way? Why do I continue to feel this way? Like, I have never felt so seen by someone. And what also helps is just how nice he was too. Like, he was making me feel like, this is a real thing. You should not be feeling this way. I'm going to tell you how I can help you, if that makes sense. So one thing he did in my first meeting with him, which freaked me out, he pricked my finger, got some blood, and he put it under a microscope and put it up onto the TV for me to see. Okay? He puts it on. I see all my little red blood cells moving around, okay? I'm like, what the heck? And then I notice all these like really jagged, angry looking blood cells. I'm like, what is that? And he goes, so those are oxidative stress cells. That shows you have a lot of inflammation and stress in your body. I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. So like that's why I'm like so swollen and can barely move.
Did it feel kind of validating to be like, I can physically see that there's something?
Oh, 100%.
It's not just me being dramatic. Like, there's this literally proof that there's something wrong.
Yeah, like I'm such a visual person too.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's literally my blood like screaming for help.
Yeah, that's
kind of sad.
Scary.
And then he keeps like looking around and he goes, oh, you see this one? And there's like 3 white dots in 1 blood cell. I'm like, yeah, what's that? Like, is that another like stress cell, oxidative stress cell? He goes, no, that's Lyme bacteria hiding in your blood cell.
Oh, crazy, but so cool that they can see that.
Yeah, cool that they can see that, but like, so disgusting. I was like, what do you mean there's Lyme hiding in there? Because you hear all the time like, oh, Lyme disease, like, oh, Lyme feeds off sugar in your body. I'm like, okay, like, where is the Lyme in my body, you know?
And you have bacteria.
And he goes, okay, so that's technically dormant, but that does not mean it's been killed off.
Okay.
So what happens is they'll, go out, they'll eat, right? Brock will say like,
get a snack.
They'll go grab and munch on, the sugar in my body or just things in my body. Brock will always be like, so they go out, they go, mom, and then they go back in. So anyways, so they'll leave my cell to go eat, to replicate, and then they'll go hide back into my blood cell. So it's alive, but it's dormant. So it's not actively replicating, if that makes sense. So freaking spooky. So the stem cells they use are placenta stem cells. So the main doctor was saying like they cannot buy placentas, like that's illegal in Mexico. They have to have people donate it to science, right?
Really?
So I think they're placentas from like 18 to 21-year-olds. They take it, they donate it, they take it, whatever. And they're able to take these stem cells and train different stem cells for different parts of the body. So they're like, okay, stem cells, these ones we're going to train for the immune system. These ones we're going to train for the brain. These ones the heart. These one like the joints, like, random different things.
Yeah.
Which is so fascinating. I'm like, this is so
cool.
Cool.
That's
like,
really cool.
I don't know. Science is so weird, but like also so awesome. So anyways, he ended up giving me this treatment plan of different things. I was there 3 days total getting treatments. So I was able to adjust things that I wanted versus didn't want. But he truly just wanted to help. He's like, I don't care if you want to do this or not want to do this, but like, this is what I genuinely think is going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So that was also very validating. He's just like, if you don't want to do this, great, but it will help,
Yeah.
you know? So I didn't feel as pressured, which I feel like with some doctors in the States, I felt extremely pressured.
Yeah, because they want their money.
Yeah, literally. So the first day, my first treatment, I went to, it's called magnets. So the chick had me lay down, and then she put my feet in these weird little boot things, kind of that look like these slippers right here. And she'd like wiggle my feet together like this while I'm laying down. And I guess, I could be so wrong, but someone else told me this, that when she was doing that, it like showed her where in my body needs the magnets. So the magnets were supposed to help with like my immune system, like balance certain things like that. So she put some on like my knees, my lower stomach, my back, my upper neck, my face right here. So I don't know. It's supposed to help like detox, like pull things. I don't really remember. But then after that, I went to an IV. And this was always my favorite part because you're in this big room with all these different chairs. You're facing people. The nurses are so cute and nice in there. I made a new friend. Her name's Magali. Love her. Anyways,
Queen.
yeah, such a queen. But they did ozone therapy 2 out of the 3 days. And what they would do is they would pull out and take a big vial of my blood. Big vial, okay? And then they would put that blood into this bag with ozone mixture in it. I don't know. They'd mix it together and they'd instantly put it back into my body.
Oh, yeah.
Ozone therapy has lots of benefits. Don't ask me. I cannot remember. The brain fog is crazy, okay? But it helped me feel better. And then they'd also do like a mitochondria booster. They would also inject stem cells through my IV. They did like an immuno boost, like so many different things in my IV. And I always felt pretty dang good after my IV too. It's kind of weird. After every single IV, Brock said my breath smelled like strawberry banana. So weird.
Really?
Yes. And then we made a friend there too who was also getting the treatments.
Kinda
And Brock was
yummy.
like, yeah, his breath smells like strawberry banana. Like
Oh.
so random and bizarre. So anyways, did that. And then I also met with the nutritionist who helped me like understand like how I should properly be fueling my body, which is really cool because I've never done that before. And then on the second day, that was like my heavy treatment day. So I started off with this thing called radionics. And pretty much you put headphones on, you have your hands on these little sensors, and it shows in your body where has like a lot of inflammation and where it needs a lot of help. So like my wrists, my left hand, and like behind my right leg showed up. And it was funny because I'm like, my right leg's been really bugging me. Like it was kind of creepy.
That's weird.
And then she was like, okay, like what's your like official diagnosis? She starts looking at my chart and she goes, oh, Epstein-Barr virus. And on the computer, I could see it's like a woman diagram and of the body, and she starts highlighting the head. And I'm like, oh, like I get a lot of head pressure. Like, how do you know that? And she's like, oh, like Epstein-Barr virus loves to live up in the head. And I was like, oh, that's crazy and scary. No one's ever told me that. Mm-hmm. She's like scanning different parts of my body, whatever. Then with the headphones, it would send different frequencies to different parts of my body. Like the weirdest thing. I don't know. But that like also helped them know like what type of like medicine drops to give me. Don't know. Next thing I did, I went to an ozone sauna. This was so cool. You're literally in this chamber. Okay? Like I felt like I was in a spa. They gave me like disposable like bra and undies to put on. I put on a robe and slippers. I'm like walking over to the ozone chamber. I like
going to the ozone chamber sounds like a Harry Potter title.
You know like you know those like big balls that people like can go in and their heads popping out? That's what it looked like.
So your head was out of
My
it.
head was out. I'm
That's
literally
cool.
in this like mechanical chamber and I'm like, ugh. And at first I thought I was going to be very claustrophobic, but it's quite roomy in there. So I just sat there. They like tuck towels kind of into your neck. And it was so funny because there was another girl in there. Her eyes were closed. But I was just like wiggling my legs around. I'm like, no one knows I'm moving. Anyways, but the first funny. 15 minutes, they like put steam into the chamber. So you're hot, you're sweaty, you're wet. And then the last 15 minutes, they put ozone in there.
Okay.
So anyways, did that. Then I went to my IVs. Obviously, I did IV therapy every day I was there. And then I went to a foot bath detox. I don't know how accurate this is. I don't know if they just put like something in the water to make the water change color. But allegedly what they'll do, so they like hook you up to this monitor. They put like some like pads on your back. I don't know what they're called. And then they put some salt in the water. There's like a little machine that's going in there. And allegedly it's supposed to be pulling stuff out of your body. By the end of the 30 minutes, my water was disgusting. It was like a dark orange. There was like a white specks on it. It was kind of red flecks, black flecks, all the things. And she was going over like all the things that just technically got pulled out of my body through my feet. Like she almost check marked every single one. It was like heavy metals, yeast, inflammation from joints, swelling, like all these different things. Like it was actually crazy. And then after that, I went and I got my first stem cell shots. So the stem cell shots, obviously they do it through your IV, but these are more so like to pinpoint pain, like in your body. So I get really bad neck, back pain, feet pain, hand pain, just joint pain in general. So they injected 6 shots on my neck, 6 shots on my lower back as well. And I remember actually walking back to the hotel this day and I felt the best I have felt in years. Like I was trying not to cry. Like I was actually able to hold Brock's hand without any pain. Like usually when we hold hands, like I literally have to like hold it like, you know, like the old grandma way, but we could interlock fingers and I was like, oh my gosh, like this feels great. I can walk. I feel like I can go run a mile right now. I had no pain at all. Like that was the best I have felt in years and years and years. Then the next day I went and I got a massage, you know, just to feel good and all the things. And then I did another IV therapy as well. And then I met with my doctor for the final consultation and everything. And we went over what I need to do, when I need to come back and all the different things. And I truly just had the best experience ever because you're meeting all these people where you're like, oh, you're going through the same thing I am. Like you get bad head pressure, you get bad brain fog. I have that too. And it like truly felt like the biggest blessing from Heavenly Father. Like I feel like he's had this planned for a while. He was just waiting on me to, you know, actually do it. And it just feels like a really big answer to a prayer because I have been searching for an answer for so long and I finally found it. And I actually share a lot about it on my Instagram. So if you want to know more, follow me on Instagram, obviously Ryleigh__. You can follow Hallie too if you want. It's Hallie Pollen, obviously. But I have a chronic illness bubble and you can kind of see the progression of me talking about my chronic illness and like my symptoms. Like I said, I have bad brain fog right now, so I probably didn't go over all of my symptoms, but you can find them there. But I did also share kind of my experience when I was down in Mexico getting treatment. But it just truly, like, I feel like the luckiest girl in the world to have found it. Right now, I mean, I got back like a week ago tomorrow, but my body's herxing, they call it. So what that means is like your body is like killing off so much so fast and it's trying to detox, like your symptoms just get 10 times worse. So I feel like that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like even recording this podcast is hard. I feel like I'm literally like profusely sweating. I feel like sick, like all the things. But after that, I'm supposed to start feeling better and better and better. So chronic illness is no joke. I think it's one of the misdiagnosed things ever. I think people don't take it seriously. And it's just like really hard to navigate. But I hope, you know, if you have anything like I do, Lyme disease, chronic Epstein-Barr virus, chronic fatigue syndrome, mold toxins, like you are not alone. How you're feeling is very, very real. But it is possible to start to feel better. And I feel like I'm finally on my healing journey and I'm finally learning how to take better care of myself and actually invest in my health. I'm so happy I'm doing it now rather than us having like kids and then me having to do it. Like now's the perfect time. I don't have the responsibility of children. Like I do have the time to take care of myself and not have to stress about, oh, what about the kids and like all these different things. So anyways, sorry, very long episode, but that's kind of my journey. I feel like I left so much out for the sake of this, but this was still a very long episode.
She can message you and you can chit chat.
Yes, I talk more about it on my Instagram, obviously. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, you guys. Hallie also needs to talk about her health journey on one of these episodes.
Oh, yeah. We'll save that for another.
Yeah, we'll save that for another one. But do you have any thoughts, feelings, or approach? Like, I don't know what else to say. Like,
no, I think that was great. Thank you for sharing with us, Riley.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening, Miss Hallie, and all
It'll
our
help
listeners,
so
all of our
many people.
besties.
Yes.
Hopefully that's the goal. That's why I do it.
Yeah. Because who knows? People could be like, oh, I have those things too, and I never thought to get tested for Lyme.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. Just go to someone who specializes in chronic illness to get tested, and then go down to Mexico to get your treatment, because they're not going to do anything here that works. I'll tell you that much.
That's true.
Based on personal experience, because I've done so many different things.
And if you want to save your money.
Exactly. That's so true.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, we love you so much. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. I meant to say Apple Podcasts and Spotify, whichever one you prefer. Of course, follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well at the Everywhere Nowhere podcast. But of course, make sure to leave us a 5-star review.
If it's not 5 stars, we do not want it. No, thank you.
Period. If you do like to watch your podcast, you can watch our podcast on YouTube at the Everywhere Nowhere podcast YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe. And we upload every single Tuesday. Do not forget to tune in every Tuesday to chat with us, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.
Mwah.